Hello again. Yes. We're going to do one more. I had my spiritual daughter visiting day before yesterday as well. And she has three children, three beautiful children, young children. She's a wonderful, wonderful mother. Known her for a long time now, seen the transformation. And it was interesting. Before she left, she says, I don't know how you feel about it, but I believe that we make our own families. We choose we choose freedom of what who our family is, who becomes our family. And I saw an interesting short clip of something where someone said, "Blood's not necessarily thicker than water when it comes to relationships, family relationships," and I absolutely agree. Uh, we're not. It doesn't mean that you're not filial to your parents. But when it comes to people in our lives, I do believe that there are kindred spirits out there. We just connect differently than with other strangers or other people. It's almost as if somehow, even if you only spend a short amount of time with them and never see them again, for some reason, there are heart connections there. Which brings me to Seth and Cain's lineages. And if there's some time at the end, then I will talk about that a little bit more. Because I feel like it's an important thing to talk about. I never really kind of got the Cain and Abel thing. Abel's gone. Abel's in spirit world. So he may be aiding his brothers one way or the other. But it's not about Cain and Abel. And it hasn't been for a long time. It's about Seth and Cain. The lineages that carried on earth. One where there's sin attached, and one that moved forward under God's guidance. Yes? You understand what I'm saying? And to understand, because the question is just out there, why are people, some people, a lot of people actually, all around the world, the way they are? Why are there gangs out there that are abusing people in such horrific ways? Because what? They're mafia bosses and cartel bosses and their minions abusing people. A lot of the migration that's going on from South America is because of bad people there. People who are harassing and bullying and killing other people, good people. And no one does a thing about it, can't do a thing about it. So is it a surprise people need to leave, want to leave? Go and find Seth's people? Get away from the Cain people? It's not just that. And yeah, are only the good people coming? No, the sad thing is, it's not. It's not that way. But there is a marked difference when it comes to people on earth, where there is a split of good and evil. Good people, but really trying. Evil people who for some reason can't help themselves but be evil. You abuse a child? Do I need to explain what abusing a child means? You're evil. You abuse your spouse? You cheat on your spouse, you're evil. You kidnap women and children, and men, I guess, some, for whatever reason, you're evil. You abuse the goodness of others, you're evil. Do I need to go on? You kill your unborn children, you're evil. Does that make sense? And there's the other side. People are really trying. I admire any organization who's trying to break up or find especially the any kind of sexual what are they called? Where women and children are being kidnapped, men too. Now it's men too. It's gone that far. Being held slaves, sex slaves, this and that, abused by men. Oh, supposedly good men. Yeah. Let me tell you this. I don't consider prostitutes necessarily evil people. The evil people are the ones who are using the prostitutes. Evil people watch pornography. Yeah. I could go on. Because if you would realize what you're supporting by just watching, on how many human beings are being abused for your lust by just viewing, you wouldn't be doing it if you were good. But because you're doing it, you're evil. You're evil too. You're one of Cain's people. Got it? Okay. All right, let's get going. I could talk about this for a long time. All right, the crimes. We are in the book of Ezekiel 22, the crimes of Jerusalem. The word of Yahweh was addressed to me as follows. Son of man, are you ready to judge? Oh, what did I just do? I did judge, didn't I? I am, right? Yes? I am judging. I'm making judgments out there. I'm making judgments of what? Of people? I'm making judgments of good and evil. And what that means. What is good and what is evil? Yes? Seth's people. And listen, we're all restoring, okay? It's not as if Seth's people are perfect. But by gosh, at least we're trying to be better and better and better. Yes? What are Cain's people doing now? They're getting better and better and better too. At excuses, making excuses. They're also getting very, very good at manipulating others. Beware of that. Right? I talked in another video about this guy, this Korean pastor, whatever, talking about all these other Christian religions that he feels, bro, they're so bad, they're doing this and that. Yes? That's a false prophet whispering in people's ears. If you feel that your faith is making you a better person for everyone else as well, then one should not let anyone take that away from you. Right? Yes? Okay. Doesn't mean the outfit may be perfect or this or that, or that they're on some problems. But again, if they're on the restoration path, you're on the good side. You're among Seth's people. Cain's people don't work that way. They're not restoring. They know how to shovel a pit deeper. And it'll get so deep eventually that you won't be able to get out without the help of Seth's people. All right. They won't be able to get out. All right. Let's go in here. Are you ready to judge the blood-stained city? Confront her with all the loathsome practices? Say, the Lord Yahweh says this: city shedding blood inside yourselves to hasten your doom, making foul idols on your soil to defile yourself. You have incurred guilt by the blood, and you have incurred guilt by the blood you have shed. You have defiled yourself with the foul idols you have made. You have shortened your days. You have come to the end of your years. This is why I have made you an object of scorn to the nations and a laughingstock to every country. From far and near they will taunt you with your infamous disorders. Look, I, in you, the princes of Israel, one and all, have furthered their own interests at the cost of bloodshed. In you, people have despised their fathers and mothers. In you, they have ill-treated the settler. In you, they have oppressed the widow and orphan. Wow, what was I talking about to begin with? You have treated my sanctuary with contempt. You have profaned my Sabbaths. In you, informers incite the bloodshed. In you, people eat on the mountains and act licentiously. In you, they have sexual intercourse with their fathers. In you, they force themselves on women in their periods. In you, one man engages in loathsome practices. Oh, this is an interesting one. I'm just saying, I notice these kind of things. In you, they have sexual intercourse with their fathers. In you, so sexual intercourse with their fathers is wrong, but with everybody else, it's okay. In you, they force themselves on women in their periods. Okay, so if they don't have their periods, it's okay to force themselves on them? Yes, see, I'm just saying. Yes. or is this automatically assuming that they're all legitimately married and together? Was marriage a thing at that time? Another good one, right? Was marriage a thing at that time? So don't have sex with your dad, which most likely most daughters wouldn't want anyway. Oh, except in Lot's case, if that's the true story. But it's the other way around. Fathers go after their daughters. It's interesting how they twirled that around too, right? Yes. Yeah. But otherwise, then it's okay. Anybody else can have these women. It's just fathers and daughters is not a good idea. This sounds wrong. It's just, right? Yes? Oh, yeah, definitely don't do that. I said, yeah, but it still sounds wrong. Something's still wrong here. What else is accepted then? Yes? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? In you, one man engages in loathsome practices with his neighbor's wife, another lewdly defiles his daughter-in-law, another violates his sister, his own father's daughter. Oh, okay, so there is more to come. In you, people take bribes for shedding blood. You lend for profit and charge interest. You profit from your fellow by extortion and have forgotten about me, declares the Lord Yahweh. Now I shall clap my hands at your acts of banditry and the blood that flows in you. Will your heart be able to resist? Will your hands be steady the day when I call you to account? I, Yahweh, have spoken and shall act. I shall scatter you among the nations and disperse you in foreign countries, and so put an end to the filthiness now inside you. Through your own fault you will be profaned in the eyes of the nations, and you will know that I am Yahweh. The word of Yahweh was addressed to me as follows: Son of man, for me, the house of Israel has become dross. Copper, tin, iron, lead, all mixed up together in a melting pot. They are dross. And so Lord Yahweh says this: since you have all become dross, right? I shall collect you inside Jerusalem, as silver, copper, iron, lead, and tin are collected in a melting pot, and the fire is blown underneath them to melt them down. So I shall collect you in my furious anger and have you melted down. I shall collect you and blow up the fire of my rage for you, and have you melted down inside the city. As silver is melted in the melting pot, so you will be melted down inside the city, and you will know that I Yahweh have vented my fury on you. The word of Yahweh was addressed to me as follows: Son of man, say to her, you are a land that has not received rain or shower on the day of anger. In you, the princes are like a roaring lion tearing its prey. They have eaten a people, seized wealth and jewels, and widowed many inside her. Her priests have violated my law and desecrated my sanctuary. They have made no distinction between sacred and profane. They have not taught people the difference between clean and unclean. They have turned their eyes away from Sabbaths, and I have been dishonored by them. Told you the Levites didn't do their job. In her, the leaders are wolves tearing their prey, shedding blood, and killing people to steal their possessions. What was I talking about? South America? Don't you know South America most likely has the most Christians anywhere in the world? Her prophets have plastered these things over with their empty visions and lying prophecies, saying, Yahweh says this, although Yahweh has not spoken, the people of the country have taken to extortion and banditry. They have oppressed the poor and needy and ill-treated the settlers in a way that is unjustifiable. I have been looking for someone among them to build a barricade and oppose me in the breach, to defend the country and prevent me from destroying it. But I have found no one. Wow. Nobody. So not even Ezekiel. Hence I have vented my fury on them. I have put an end to them in the fire of my rage. I have made their conduct recoil on their own heads, declares the Lord Yahweh. And that's the end of 22. There was something that kept coming to my mind while I was reading. We read way back on how God gave direction, guidance to the Israelites about not mixing with neighboring nations, mixing up the people, men and women, and then have children. And that was always odd to me. I didn't get, I explained on how I understood it, on how the people of Israel needed to become first a solid people under the guidance of God before then going out and teaching other nations. Yes? And I feel here now, again, there is the same kind of reason when it comes to Seth's people, who needed to first, right, have this solid foundation before you go out and start mixing with Cain's people, because when you're a good person who wants to help people, guide people, be there for people, when you're that kind of a person, and then on top of that you attend God, you have a heart to mind with a conscience, with a good conscience, you want to follow the 10 Commandments, and you're attending God, you can get very, very easily abused and used by Cain's people. It's very easy. Yes? Because they're good at manipulating. They're good at making promises they never tend to keep. Never think to keep. Yes? Yet, when you are one of Seth's people, you want to believe in the people. And God knew that. Because He's like that too. As a mother, as a father, our Heavenly Parent is like that too. He wants to believe in the best of us. Yes? All of us. Even if you're Cain's people. Hence, in order to have a strong people, God had to make that rule. Don't go and mix with Cain's people. Did you hear what I said? Don't go mix with Cain's people. Does that mean now that, you can't have interracial marriages? Well, if they're both Seth's people, of course they can. I really wonder who came up with this idea, or on how that evil was created, or what the origin of that is. That when I said, Seth's people isn't just the Israelites. At that time, it was the Israelites, because that was the first firm foundation that God found in a people, hopefully in a people, to start his people. Yes, to continue what he started to begin with at the beginning of the creation. When it came to the species human. But then, as the world got bigger and more populated, Seth's people were all over the world. I'm sure there were some of Seth's people with the Egyptians. And all the Philistines and this and that, right? Yes? Well, we know that because we have at Jesus' time that one Roman who went, prayed for his servant, this and that, and believed in Jesus. Just saying. Yes? Seth's people are all over the place now. And they have been for a long time. As I said, at the Israelites' time, it was a bit different still. But now, for a long time, what was it? That a person and a black person, white and Asian and black, whatever. White could, as a conjugal couple, a man and a woman, loving each other as Seth's people. Why were the people so evil around them? Persecuted them. Why is that? We should really ask ourselves that question. And you know what? I sometimes can see it in people's eyes. It's still like that. Still like that. Very sad. Where the appearance of a person in a conjugal relationship, when it comes to love, as one man, one woman, together, marriage, children, take responsibility as a father and a mother, where the appearance of a person is more important than their heart, their mind, and attending our Heavenly Parent. That's how sick we are still out there. Yes? Very sad. Well, anyway, that's all I have to share this morning. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, brace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, let's keep praying. And I will talk to y'all another time.